All right, we're back here in the locker room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app. Memorial Weekend edition. Scotty McKay's at his house. I'm at my house. Josh Henning back in the studio pushing the button scooter. And I can't wait till we get back in the studio, man.
Yeah, it's going to be it'll be different, actually. It's probably clean in there now, too.
There's a lot of stuff going on. The governor has lifted restrictions. Rolled them back a little bit. Not everything's completely open, but we're getting that way. The NHL, the Major League Baseball showing signs of life. Football hopefully will open up on time. But let's get some statistics. So let's go to the sports hotline and welcome into the locker room a good friend of mine, the director of Freeholders in Camden County, Lou Cappelli. What's up, Louis?
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Hey, Lou, we're running a Twitter poll question today. Before we get to the meat and potatoes of why we want you on, we're running a Twitter poll, the House Master Home Inspection Twitter poll question. Who was the biggest draft bust in Philadelphia sports history? Now, these are our choices that I've just posted. There's a lot more if you want to chime in. That's why we have you on. Eagles, Danny Watkins, polling at 45%. Phillies, Jeff Jackson at 8%. Flyers, Darren Rumble at 5%. And the 76ers, Sean Bradley at 42%. What say you, Lou?
I agree with most of them. Definitely Sean Bradley for the Sixers. Now, for the Phillies, it's been a ton. And
Lou, that organization has messed up more draft picks. Like Scooter said, there are more busts on that thing than the Swedish bikini team.
Yeah. Well, Drew. Listen, what about, and I think Scooter mentioned this earlier, what's his name, Drew, the one who didn't come. We drafted and he didn't come to the Phillies.
J.D. Drew.
J.D.
Drew.
Drew. He's got to be. I would put him at the top for the Phillies. I really would.
That was mine, Lou. That was mine. Number one, because you should have known he wasn't going to come and should have done something with that pick.
Absolutely. I agree. But
all right, Councilman, are you down at Wildwood now?
I'm in North Wildwood today. Yes, I am, and it's unexpectedly sunny and beautiful. Do not listen to weather people.
Wow.
They get it all wrong. It's a perfect day.
Hey, Lou, that leads me to my next point. The media always gets it wrong, don't they?
You are the media, Bill.
Yeah. He's been getting it wrong for his whole life.
All right, Louis, the governor has eased some restrictions on what people can and cannot do. Where are we, Lou? I mean, you're the director of Freeholders in Camden County. Of course, you do a public service announcement on my show. We really appreciate it. But, Lou, give us some statistics. I mean, you look at the Camden County, we've lost, 299 people to the COVID?
Yeah, we're close to 300, unfortunately. So what happens, what we're learning in Camden County is about 4 out of every 100 people who get infected, unfortunately, lose their lives. That's the reality of it in Camden County. New Jersey, of course, has been devastated. But I can tell you the amount of new cases on a daily basis in Camden County and much of the state has really plateaued. So I'm starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. And as long as our residents keep doing what they're doing, we will continue to see different businesses and activities open in the coming weeks. I fully expect that we'll have outdoor dining within 2 or 3 weeks. But, of course, we have to get to a point where we can get into Wells Fargo and the Link and Citizens Bank Park, and I think we're moving in that direction.
Now, Lou, real quick, the initial thing we were supposed to look out for was the flattening of the curve. And by most accounts, the curve is actually trending downward. So, I mean, would that bode well for the major league sports to be able to have fans in the stands, or at least open up and get the games going?
Yes. So what we need is the number of hospitalizations to continue to decrease, and the number of new cases to decrease. Now, we're not there in Camden County yet. We're flat. We've been flat for about 2 to 3 weeks now. We've not seen a steady decrease, but we suspect that steady decrease is on the horizon as long as there's no, new round of infections, which is what we really have to avoid, because round 2 would be completely devastating.
Scotty, you got something for Lou, Scooter?
Well, and Lou, is there a projection? I mean, we know we've seen like stages 1, 2, 3, and 4, what they're doing, but is there obviously the restaurants have been hit terribly hard, even though they can do some takeout. But is there a thought?
Yep.
I told earlier in the show, I told Billy, I talked to my father, was just put in the hospital the last couple of days, and my stepmother said that in Florida, their restaurants are opening at about 25% capacity, that you can go in and sit down and eat.
Yes, I do see that happening in New Jersey within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I think the governor will be into phase 3 during that time period. I can tell you that the freeholders in Atlantic County and Cape May County, together with their respective chambers of commerce, have put together tremendous plans to reopen. And I think once the governor gives okays to certain businesses, you're going to start to see, businesses starting to open smartly and safely.
We're talking with Lou Cappelli, Director of Freeholders in Camden County. And, of course, Louis resides in the summer. He has a summer place in North Wildwood. And, Lou, the LPGA, the ShopRite Classic, is scheduled for October. And that's a good sign. And they anticipate having, spectators.
Absolutely. And I think the fact that, you're starting to hear Major League Baseball make some plans, and the NFL. I think everybody's anticipating things moving in the right direction. And the important thing is to avoid a second round of just complete devastation like we saw in March and April. So we have to be careful about how we do it and be safe and smart. But I'm starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel.
Lou, how much you got your finger on the pulse of everything in Camden County. How much financial damage has this caused the county?
Bill, it's as far as the county goes so far, we're somewhere around $2 or $3 million as a government. Each municipality has lost some money as well and spent money they didn't want to. But more so, devastatingly, we have 50,000 people unemployed in Camden County. That's an amazing amount. But we do hope, and we're going to make this announcement within a week or two, we're going to have some extraordinary measures to assist small businesses in Camden County. I can't give you the details yet. It's the first time I'm discussing it, but in June there will be a major announcement for small businesses in Camden County.
That's great.
Lou, how often do you talk with the commissioners from Cape May and Atlantic and all the other surrounding counties? Like, you guys work in unison to have a comprehensive plan?
Yeah, often throughout the week there'll be conference calls with the governor's office, with the state, all the southern counties involved. So we're in constant communication, and I think we're all poised and ready to go once the governor gives us the word.
Now, Lou, Camden County's been in the news a lot lately. You got some rogue guys, some businesses wanting to get opened up.
Yeah, listen, some people will do anything for publicity, but unfortunately, we can't just make our own rules and laws. We are a nation of laws and order, so we can't just have every business and every church in the state make their own rules, because that would lead to an increase in the number of cases, and that's what we don't want. You have to realize that 35% of people who are infected do not know they're infected, and they pass along this virus unknowingly to people they come in contact with. So that's a very important fact.
Lou, just like I told Scotty McKay, and I said to our listeners, my wife just took her test on, let's see, today's Saturday. She had her test on Wednesday, and she tested negative, Lou.
Great. That's great news. And, Bill, you've seen it firsthand. I mean, I think 14 people in that facility have died, right?
Yes.
So you're talking about a generation of World War II veterans and their families who have survived all this time that this virus has taken them away. Listen, they're elderly, but, nobody wants to see anybody pass before their time. And
Lou, that's a great segue to saying, look, we're honoring our fallen heroes today. It's Memorial Weekend, and what a great way to get that in there, because that is, in my estimation, the greatest generation.
I'm with you, Bill, and how sad for all those members of that generation to be living through all these years and have to succumb to this virus, and it's very sad. It's it's about the average age of those who have died in Camden County is 83.
Wow. All right, Louis. Wow. Listen, man, I really appreciate you taking time out down there. You say the weather's beautiful down there, huh?
Spectacular, Bill. It's a total shock. Total.
Lou, you
fun.
gonna ride your bike today on the boardwalk?
Absolutely.
Is it crowded, Lou?
It's not crowded at all. It's great.
Wow.
But I'll certainly get some Max Pizza today.
There you go.
All right, Louie. Well, listen, man, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All right, thanks, guys. Take care.
See you, Lou.
All right, Scooter, there's Lou Cappelli, Director of Freeholders in Camden County, with some statistics. Scooter, man, this is a nightmare. I just want to get back. I want to get back to sports.
How long do you think it's going to take?
I don't know, man.
Are we ever going to get back to being like our normal life that we used to?
That's a great question, Scooter. Do you think we're going to get back to normal where you can just walk into the link or walk into the Wells Fargo Center without a mask?
I think eventually there'll be no mask, but I think the hugging, the handshaking, all that kind of stuff is going to change dramatically. And listen, we became a society of people that go, guys hug each other. But you did that back when we were growing up. There was something wrong with you. Now it's like you go up and you see your buddy you haven't seen in a little while. You hug them. You tell them you miss them. Stuff like that. Now it's like all that stuff is probably going to go away for a while. People aren't going to be comfortable.
Second hour of the Locker Room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it is fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. They're starting to take bookings. It's starting to go back to booking holiday parties of all sizes. They're getting back to, you can book a wedding in 2020. They can accommodate up to 275 people. They have beach weddings. Of course, they have the Ocean City Yacht Club as a part of that. As a part in that package. For more information, go to greatbay.com or call them at 609-927-5071. All right, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But you were aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club. Every month they hold private events at upscale locations in South Jersey and that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events that seems to fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or call him at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the 97.3 ESPN mobile app.